Okay, start of standard number 5, and we have 6 standards, so we are obviously making good headway, but standard number 5 is a little bit tricky. This assignment's not tricky, but it's a little bit dicey. Okay, it's about writing our own equations. Now, these are pretty easy. It says write an equation that has the given slope and the y-intercept. So here's how I want to set up all equations in this whole standard. We need an equals. That's what an equation means. Then I want y to be in front, and then I want blank x, because this blank is our letter m, plus another blank that doesn't have an x, and this is our b. The slope is the m, and it says that's negative 2/5. Okay, so negative 2/5 times x. Plus b, and then that's a y-intercept, so that's 3. So that's our answer. Y equals negative 2/5 x plus 3. Okay, our next problem. Okay, so that's my m, which is my slope, and this is my b. So the slope, or the rate of change, is 8, and the y-intercept's negative 7. So y equals 8x plus negative 7. Okay, our next problem, y equals blank x plus blank. The slope is 3/4, and our y-intercept 0. You can put 0 in, but if we get a 0, I'm just going to eliminate that part, and it's y equals negative 3/4, or y equals 3/4 times x. Okay, pretty easy, pretty much a walk in the park on that one. Now, here's the next thing. What I have is a table of x and y points. So this equation I'm going to write something times x plus something else, and that's m, that's b. So what this is, all these are paired points. So in this equation, if x is negative 2, y is 3. If x is 0, y is 7. If x is 2, y is 11. If x is 4, y is 15. If x is 6, y is 19. Okay? I don't know the m. Okay? The way to find the m is to use the y minus y divided by x minus x formula. So what I do is I pick any two y points. Let's pick these last two. So I'm going to take minus minus, and I'm going to take 19 minus 15. And then at the same time, I have to take 6 minus 4 on bottom. So that's going to be 4, and that's going to be 2. Now divide those. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So that's your m. Now your b is very easy to find. Go find the point on the table where the x is 0. Okay, here it is. What's y at that point? It's 7. So I'll put 7. So y equals 2 times x plus 7. Now if I wanted to check my answer, I could put like an 11 in for x, so 2, and then parentheses 11 plus 7. So, sorry, that was wrong. Okay. Or sorry, that didn't make any sense. Sorry. Let's put 2 in for x. So 2 and then 2 plus 7. That's 11, and that matches my y. I could also pick a 6. So 2 times 6 plus 7. That gives me 19, which is exactly what I have. So this is the answer. That's just me checking my answer. So to find this 2, I do y minus y, x minus x. I pick any two y's. Probably the last two would be your best bet. And then the two x's. Okay, same thing going on here. So that's my slope, and that's my y-intercept. So let's pick any 2 points. Let's pick these last two here. Okay. So y minus y divided by x minus x. So I set up my minus signs in the middle. And then I'm going to take 11 minus 8. And then at the same time, 3 minus 2. So that's going to be 3 over 1. And 3 divided by 1 is 3. So 3 is your m. Now go find the spot on the table where the x is 0. Okay. What's the y at that point? Looks to me like it's 2. So y equals 3 times x plus 2. If you want to check your answer, let's put like a 3 in for x. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. It matches up. Okay, next problem. Y equals blank x plus blank. So that's your m, that's your b. So the m equals y minus y divided by x minus x. So I'll pick these last two. So I'm going to have negative 11 minus negative 9. Remember to get a negative 9. So if and then in the meantime, we've got 3 minus 2. Now this minus negative, we should make that plus plus. So negative 11 plus 9 is negative 2, and then 3 minus 2 is 1. Then negative 2 divided by 1 is negative 2. Okay, so if x is 0, it says y is negative 5, so I just put negative 5 right here. Y minus y, x minus x. I'll take 8 minus 4. And then 2 minus 1. So that's going to be 4 over 1. 4 divided by 1 is 4. And then if x is 0, y is 0. So I get 0. But when we get 0, we're just going to scribble that part off. So it's just y equals 4 times x. Okay, now some story problems. An electronics game sells used games for $12.99 with a $20 membership fee. Find the cost of 7 games, and then part B says you're on a $100 budget. How many games can you buy? Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, the units in this problem are games and dollars. If you already have that, good. If I have a dollars, that's always going to be y. And then games would be x. Then dollars per game. This means if you bought one single game, what's the cost for a single game? How much does one single game cost? Cost $12.99. Okay, so what I'm going to do kind of off here, like I always do, is make a line, because this is not direct variation. We have this $20 that has nothing to do with games. So that is my beginning. So x comma y, mxy. And we know the m is $12.99. Okay. Now, if I buy 0 games, I've paid $20. Okay. So the equation is $20 plus $12.99x, because it's I don't know how many times we have $12.99, and then y. So write that down twice. 20 plus $12.99x equals y, and then I'm going to write it again on part B. Okay, so let's talk about 7 games. Games is x, okay? So this 7 goes in for x because we've assigned games to be x. So what I do is I just parenthesize the x and slip a 7 in there. And when I'm solving for y, I'm just going to plug this in on my calculator, okay? So 20 plus $12.99 times 7 gives me $110.93. So $110.93 equals y. Now for part B, $100, it's got to go into the equation. Now dollars is y. Okay, so we need to put that in for y. So if I'm putting in for y, instead of making a parenthesis, since y is by itself, we're just going to get rid of that and put 100. So I need to box up $12.99 times x, and then I need to take 20 away. So 12.99x equals 80. And then I divide both sides of my equation by $12.99. Okay, so 80 divided by 12.99 Gives me 6.15, but you're talking games here, so we need to buy the games by the whole, so that means I could buy 6. Okay, 6 games. Okay, let's take a look at another one. You're spending $60 total on tickets to a show. Parking at the show costs $3 per hour. So my units, we obviously have money, and then one of these is paid every single hour, so hours is the other. X is hours, Y is money. So the dollars per hour rate is 3. Okay, now it's time to make our line. So, and we do need the line. This is not direct variation because before he pays $3 per hour, he had to pay $60. Okay, so my M I know is $3. I don't know how many times he pays the 3. That's why the X is there. And then he pays $60 at the beginning. So 60 plus 3X equals Y. So I write that down on both of these. Okay, so I got 5 hours. Is that going for X or Y? It's 5 hours. Well, hours is X, so that's going to go in for X. Okay, so we need to put that in for X. So 60 plus 3 times 5 equals Y. That gives me $75. So 75 equals Y. Okay, then on the next one. How many hours would you have to be there for the cost to reach $80? So $80, that's got to go into the equation for one of those letters. Dollars is Y, so we're going to put that guy in for Y. So I just get rid of the Y and put 80. So I've got 3 times X, but first I need to eliminate the 60 by subtracting. So 3 times X equals 20. And 20 divided by 3. Now, if it's hours, you can get a decimal, or you can round it up to 7. Either way is okay. So 7. Okay, 7 hours. Okay, that's really all to say on that. I'll get you started on the assignment. Now, remember here, all you do is put your slope here, the y-intercept here. That's all you do for those. Right here, we got to do y minus y over x minus x to find the slope. So here, we're going to do 20 minus 15, and then 2 minus 0. So that's 5 over 2. So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So that goes right here. And then I look where the x is 0 because that tells me what the y-intercept is. It's 15. Okay, and that's how you do these. Okay, and these ones right here, your units are going to be money in months, X and Y. Okay? And then you'll write the line, write the equation.